As Africa tries to recover from the global economic crisis, experts say the single market under the African Continental Free Trade Area could help countries on the continent grow their economies. The Africa Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat says it is committed to making the intra-Africa trade deal a success as industry players convened in Ghana for the first edition of the Africa Prosperity Dialogues. CGTN's Nabil Ahmed Rufai has more details.
African business leaders and policymakers met in Edukrom and Pedrase in Ghana for a three-day dialogue on the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. It focused on how to step up the implementation of the intra-Africa trade deal.
The protocol shall establish a regulatory framework for digitization of Africa's economy. It shall set out market access. It shall also include payments, as well as issues related to data transfer and data movement across jurisdictions in Africa.
The African Continental Free Trade Area gives countries on the continent access to a market of more than 1.3 billion people in Africa. So far, 44 out of 54 African countries have ratified the trade pact. 8 African countries were the first to export their goods under the AfCFTA guided trade initiative last year. Experts say the deficit in infrastructure on the continent, including air transport, is slowing down business.
We don't have enough cargo warehouse to transport cargo between stations in Africa. There are a number of infrastructure issues that we need to address.
It's not just the underdeveloped infrastructure across Africa that's still a challenge. The free movement of people on the continent is yet to be fully realized. Many people still face difficulties in getting visas to travel within the continent.
The goods cannot flow without the people. The people must be the face of the African Continental Free Trade Area. And so to the extent that we are not moving as fast as we would have liked, even on the African Continental Free Trade Area itself, it takes us a step back.
Business leaders have urged African governments to revise their immigration laws and also improve the ease of doing business in Africa.
We should scale up efforts to mobilize domestic resources to support our development agenda, including the productive sector. We need to broaden and diversify financial products.
And by that, African governments want to tap into diaspora investments. It's been more than 3 years since the AfCFTA was launched, but intertrade among African countries has barely taken off. Business bosses hope events like this could help shape policies at the government level to allow the full benefits of the trade deal to be realized. And while recommendations have been presented at the end of the three-day dialogues, African leaders are expected to jump right into action. Nabil Ahmed Rufai, CGTN, Pedrase, Ghana.